Well, we have a mamunya good evening. Yeah, Baba Jasu Jumedi. So you're live on OK 101.7 FM. So our ship house, our Abeka Junction. Despite media, Abro Science team says when you see new Abro Science fresh one, I ever launch in 2025. I'm not sure. Who be better encourage you cry, yeah. Spacious one, pa underground in our room. But I'm all good evening, and you better start try and come on also about deportation because this kind of fear and panic Ghana for any Ghanaian community. Ghana for example, like Obia or foreign Bia or Abroche Bia America be who akano. Students omukuta student visa omo person omo America who akano. Omo omukuta ordinary visitors visa B1, B2, J1, why just say everybody is panicking because this week Donald Trump assigned you to military planes. Anopeya India plane kesiye baako military for plane and aso ankofo na de omakogu India ye deport omo nyina. There's a video that is circulating say Donald Trump say Ghana for I'm going to deport Ghanaians and Ghana president no Nana-Addo are the fake video mpacho. People are also using deportation to create fear and panic through fake news inti mpacho imoma mani na ho enne ye ha the immigration lawyer. I know 30 years of working as immigration lawyer. You can't be a immigration authority. You better make a authority because Ghana Kradianka lawyer Chedakun Supreme Court judge qualification because 15 years at the bar. What Supreme Court level? Was I a lawyer or Ghana? What I say? And here the no immigration lawyer number question be our so could have visa. And there's also a problem. Ghana for na bronye omoba Ghana bedi bronya na omudi omu US passport ne baye na omo ko back na omo person omo de omo Ghana passport. I think omo de omo Ghana passport ne ba Ghana and omo person omo de omo US passport no ko bebre ya sign omo wokutuka ebi kra bedu America ye problem because America requirement immigration requirement na Donald Trump buy no de aba no o si me am obi am full plane win visa on full plane intino. So one deal, just it's a whole mess. Apparently there's a plane in US. Nipa half of the passengers, I'm on full plane. It will answer all those questions for you. And then we will assistant admission officer school for now. Mo pesa mo ko America na mukuta F1. If you want my friend or muko school, mo so my stranded. Mo ye DV visa lottery no. I see Donald Trump we'll get clarity on it today. We're now on Chemu. The Owa America so or no do being cracked a year Juma or ni status. Obi also our system nimu that the fe no mu process no. Ono so who come nkopokra nkwa Juma ebi akademo. We need to address those issues. Forget it, fake news for no man TikTok me ade. Kofo na Donald Trump on kan Ghana asem. Last time you can answer, and they will attempt to answer all those questions for you. Into all questions, so Fabra, not immigration lawyer, what being answer now. Don't get it twisted. Then could you be a now on TikTok? Fear and panic no more creative. Get the information from the right place. Now my mama immigration lawyer and the number. Me say mama and then the number be na and they ain't shut down your politics. Be but once the president mama say, tap at the market circle no be and also your now you peace now. Or more issue. In fact, and then the some George in a problem. The way I fake news, or some George the phone, say or shop on, or parliament. I think that NMC, National Media Commission, media to Facebook, yes, money data commission for moon cracker with the way I fake news, no air sank of Wabrabono. Me this week in bloggers be a China. If you have say, and I'll see a opekuno opobi on any better. Me so me worry and me meditata no no me. I mean the fake news no is crazy. But also say some judge on not in Waba okay can't for himself. And wako attack Supreme Court judges. I think some judge so any we must all learn a lesson from this. Some people are all kind of it will come back to bite you. You see, the way our institutions, sometimes for political gain, you attack you okay, it's an election petition 2012 by ya. ABC Chief Justice, Georgina Wood, ABC about Tonomona, ABC about Buomo. Why are we doing that? Near we are complaining, say institutions now are not working. We are disgracing, collapsing, denigrating our institutions. It is a lesson to some judge. It's a lesson to you, see, bibi free mo. And someone here can just because of politics, near didn't trouble just because of politics, smear campaign, yen do it at me good anymore. Yen do it at me and shutting it up. Yen can't wait for the go they call airport. Meanwhile, it's not true. It's not true. Just to perceive creative fear and panic or see creative fake news. It is not true. But politics in tea. Politics be politics in tea. Donald Trump started to on Facebook fake news near castle, but the fake news not why Ghana. And NDC MPP now deploying fake news. I'll be to Parliament no me on the phone said they need a message I say or shop. Seriously. So but said uncle for can some John and then one about Koya and almost 1 million almost yen. But this tit for tat now way of Parliament. Who is it serving? Tit for tat. NDC and MPP tit for tat. Who is it serving? Now, unfortunately, full soldiers near work in Ghana citizens near generating yes, so no say no. Then I'll be Mekwana and Abrodonichis. We have become very gullible and we need to sit up because Sadiana and MYN cheering politicians on when they are disgracing our institutions. I wasn't common no more be building more confidence no more to me boy no MYN. But you call immigration so mass deportation. Mrs. say no. America for the use military planes. Ain't and Crawford who are come on to me cockro, maybe come to me sorry, even to me shopping mall near because Oslo say, you're not chain or near doko, but send an anno loyal Chedakuma HM. Yes, actually 1 year do see play because you are entire US Constitution, due process rights. Once our America assassin, we are illegal, we are documented, who need crater. You have a right to due process. So right to due process. Donald Trump to make us watch what do see play more. They must take you through the deportation process. And no lawyer. That is when your lawyer will fight for you. Wow, we want crato, first and foremost. Menkasa no lawyer. Remember lawyer say repeat. Menkasa. Ebe be open. And one after a lawyer. See, so many once your lawyer gets to know, he will stall the process. Menkasa. You have a right to keep silent. You have a right to remain silent. It's a Miranda right. A America for law. But they have to even read you your rights. And you have a right to own kasa. And men kasa, men sign document. Don't throw yourself under the bus. Law no. Good evening.
Major so being lady any at your phone any money at Jumapa. We are Ghanaian community.
Yeah, that's no, I join here. But my Mr. Elizabeth, so Elizabeth Hammond, a year friend say, assistant international admissions officer, Emma, one of the universities, so Utah or America, Weber State University. Into school for now, also Omukuta F1, J1, they will look into that. I feel now, America, what should you do? Then I was then also, you share airport now, and I know lawyer can say. Bebreno or the school neko, but as some of our embassy no Odru airport near Busana immigration to Minka. Another room. Let us say process no. You must know what you should say. You should say. It's an Alabama watch we school near what should you say, what should you not say, baby na America. I was so who now catch up and Fred Obama. And the video no share my baby I offer CB over 2 coin, also I would 2 coin money. Knowledge is power. And Kotia bloggers near the no mama fear and panic no muno. Nya correct information. Until I am starting through Honam Namibusa or say Sabia almost answer for no say I near the immigration and then customs enforcement.
Yes.
I want to change Crawford.
One want to change Crawford.
It's the castle from my store now or store and now more. On my bofie, then I was away.
Near the kind and yet. Obia Crampo Beba say, or your ICE officer, and a young crack. And then, so go CNN. Rebecca Charles said, Yachi and Nipami and San, 3 different occasions. I want why you want to your ICE officers. I want your ICE officers. But I could see Pennsylvania here. University student. Mwakwa young university students, a hall. I say more eyes for na mobile bepe will be action or ho. I'm a sample for me and saying different locations, yachuan. But the next one I'm saying North Carolina and then also a sea. And see, I may who say So will be a background bonus or casa ISA. And any necessary UGD, especially when you are ACT alone. Near to me, no one funny ID and on a badge and trail. Near to me, and so say, why identify who clear, no one show idea on your ICE officer. And Tinya Ubia baby now, and I saw GD. But a bus, one
Now,
bound.
all right, so be demanding so be on the bag say ID card and then it's just how your eyes in it.
Yes.
Okay.
Ubet me abisano. So one identify itself. Or be identifying itself. I'm an usually I want badge. Crampo eka one or be show the badge no at the actual. Then you ask, sir, when am I here no? If they identify, say be a nipa say na here na. Na say, who them are opa and LBA. The law doesn't require you to open the door. The next question is a more search warrant and a more warrant from the judge. If they don't have the warrant, you may choose not to open. But in Pempi,
now I'm Buddha, no say yes, Donald Trump, I'm right on bet me Buddha, no.
you want Crawford, if they have a warrant, won't bet me a Buddha. Only warrant, women say you know your law or you know your right and you know what you are talking about. You be Jawako, Ebi, I won't be Kono J warrant, no one back. Ebedu sa no na se woni krata na wa fa ho adwen ba wa krata nso a twen na omra. In fact me krata me pempo se enko beba me fie se wa ba won chen na se wo ye straighter and na to me test the law. It test how far you can push what is happening away. And or identify no warrant for your arrest there na ye wa there, then by law you have to comply with a court a decision. And I say ubi na utie nia obeka. So Remu, na say you feel say your right is not being protected, that you have the right to not to say anything. You identify and say chiwa. Obeka say I need to speak to my lawyer. And then the lawyer will take it up from there.
But the same thing applies. Say be omushia wo krom, say be wako club, wako party, wako ye na no to Ghana for say a ye ni ade party and agwena omo kone be a uni nkrata to ni down kakra. But for be entie no ko ye bi no omo bo wura ho a. No.
Recently another video people I want to share here with immigration lawyers sites. A highway and ice for SRT checkpoint. And they can ask you to show your ID. So the way I see pain during bush time, now call closer to border tower. ICE, it means SRT checkpoint. And I know say no, a bit man no crack, a bit number saying no crack, but let's assume say no crack because they were wearing uniforms and it looked like I said they were legitimate ICE officers. The question they ask you, are you a US citizen? Anybody be anyone right? They refuse to answer that question. Of course, they pull them aside on supervisor by.
Yeah,
okay, so I'm not talking to you.
Okay.
I'll say, why? I told you I'm not talking. I don't want to talk to you. Because have I committed any crime? Was it no? And what is your authority? I'll say, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. They are conducting a spot. No, because are you stopping every car? If you're not stopping every car there, then why did you stop me? Like I say, you are profiling me. So at the end of the day, some will just answer and then they will let them go. But some didn't answer and they pulled them aside until someone supervisor one back aside before they let them go. Now the fear is that if that's are you a US citizen, that's what I say yes. Now when you say you're a US citizen, what committee one of the serious immigration offenses you can ever have in America?
Really?
Yes. False claim to US citizenship. The punishment is that there is no waiver for that offense. Yes, but American, it carries it's actually one of the death penalty of immigration law.
Wow.
Yeah, situation, there were so many things we could have done even after your arrest. But because Ukoka said, me and maybe I won't beside the next question. and I went to me answer, no, it can give you a lot of problems. Yeah. And so you're now citizen. Please never claim to be a US citizen. It has a lot of consequences.
Or better so ye.
Yes.
And you plead the faith to say one.
You have to plead the faith.
To menkasa.
Menkasa.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
if anything,
wow.
Yeah, I still cry, be you aba.
But out to military plane before I make Sister Elizabeth or no military planes now no pay me so they call India for the military plane back and no pressure on the military planes that is on the swan for
in fact, this is we are not in normal times. And and one of the information I may share is here, which is not within the law. But me, Julie, sir, every day be our BTA news, no. Over what's maybe because of America, it is not within the law. Just yesterday, you send letters to CIA officers. Say, yeah, buy out. Open yeah, Juma, and I said, when yeah, Juma, yeah, baby fire out. FBI for yeah, one sir. It was never the case. Say your employer will just decide, say you go. You cannot just fire somebody like that. That is the law, but it is happening. And yeah, I'm running in America. Say yeah, this was say yeah, you will me. So let's assume that they have the right and they stop you. You just have to comply, but protect your rights whilst you are complying.
Okay. But we no our immigration system need the data no. We are aware that there are particular places be or more kwa. I be to bet me I can't share Nagana for no my ye or baby or more.
Well,
baby or more chichin for now wouldn't say or more chi or more how more I do a gun near India grown call.
Well, first of all, so military planes na ye use no. Nanke yamfa federal defense enforce immigration. But assistant, and yes, military planes are being used to transport in Crawford. And they are deporting people who have criminal background. In fact, most of the people now, you deport one with prison, and prison credit that.
Okay.
We were prison, that's also what time we the immigration for the foul after you serve your time. Now, went to me and we knew case at the immigration court while you are in detention. We are deported already. Oh yeah, countries now your countries are one hunipa Dawson. Venezuela, El Salvador, Mexico, India, into countries now on inipa Dawson hano. So the one nipa what prison so Dawson. And answer na plane so be to say it costs a lot so be move plane. Now the people from that country pay acco. And not they are using one military plane, but they also identifying some countries that one who nipa Dawson.
But Ghana needs that category because I don't know TikTok near the amount of
the other day, made the listener by who in Nipadodo each year, roughly from 2019 up to 2024, you deport 2 on fee Ghana. In 2024, the number was just about 60. And in Nipa 60, and he entered the whole plane and Fanco. And number 2, you have for one and you say be a one you deport on the same day. And I can say, you're Nipa system. Maybe at this month, you're Nipa 10. Next month, you're Nipa way. Into Nipa do no extra for them to deport people en masse in Ghana flight. But your own one, deportation. I won't envy Chromha. They are not in jail. People are Ghana for so deportation or the other one so that some have not reopened their case. And to one there, when there's a final order of deportation that was what you know near Chiwa, you be detain you and you will join the next deportation a train or plane or whatever means I do back. Ghana for most of the time you're there for a commercial airline. Delta, one per direct flight. So it's either Delta or United. Ubeko Yabama watch your civilian atari prison atari na share at the full plane. And time no so you be remu na yeduako. Now no, there's no information on that for Ghana. But and And so said Trump said, "Oh, be deport to Ghana for or mention here will be specifically. I mentioned that aliens and Ghana for a part of the aliens."
Okay.
And that is what it is.
But who ni more prison says yeah, or deportation ICE prison.
Yes.
Ghana for do says
Minimum B. But
says yeah.
Oh, case I my handle. One committee offense. One say where we are. So say we are dealing with the immigration detention. Me were two.
Yeah, say more.
Yeah.
One for the
it depending on the type of offense, but I would say sir, case is for you to give an opinion on a national. We are doing our best effort. Say you bet you charge you one, but a bit more how to charge you one in a year.
Yo. I said, me who India, they are not shame because India, they are no Dawson. The whole military plane, almost the Omunina Koko. This week, so I think almost the Kenya, so almost the flight back to Kenya, and also the Kenya for Onomko here or Mugu.
And I make us say, Nipano Dawson, dear, one the Mobaba. And he wants to set the example. Into Becky sure say you are not going to be part of the initial example, no, and yes, idea, yeah, Dobeko. And yet, you should Ghana for actual question. So I'll be saying is that you have to avoid the baby, Abama getting into contact with ICE easily. Number one, senior okay, you know, oh baby, call Bronx, call Brooklyn, call Queens. Oko almost every city be police for crampon one in baby a trouble spots no. Ewo.
So money baby undocumented or money kata mo sheshe money corner be omo.
The same way at Ghana and then who be Ghana police officers say if criminal activities A B C D ewa obetumi appoint says ope cocaine for any idea I had win. Ope I had win armed robbers no ekokoti say open a showman's this and this. They'll be able to point to you, baby. Some of the crimes are concentrated, and the same thing applies here. And to one, avoid those places because it's easier for you to be part of the targeted group. Definitely a year no. Say your court nas yenko ye de any idea was here. Okay. But then I count the other time say officer be per se na juma konanim na onim say nkrofo we tai baha enti mame nkonko si me barrier e wo ho no mo say na ebe ya menye bi ache easier. I will not be surprised if they can do that.
Okay.
Yes. And you know, avoid baby too obvious. Ko wadjuma if you wadjuma be tell them na ye we nothing fear unim say utunya emfa atente water to a ye hu fe jaso and that is the advice I will give
and one hour can maybe sound later because our hotline e da no chem no nkofo ante ase say omo de number bi aba na me hu abrantie bi o em say Instagram o say dem no complain say Ghana fo ni bi Buronte bi report omo nuanom Ghana fo no omo kwaje say scanner Donald Trump yes say 1700 o say den 2007 or report say woni nkrata e be man ntie abro people are reporting people very serious.
Immigration tip line there. The Oko immigration website bia your tip line. Oko ICE website. Ubehu ICE tip line. Also. Because the last time said, and yet the first time I won this tip line no. Aba. Ewo ho no mu de da. So unim say bibi kwaso na nya. You can report it anonymously. So say the binum say o report to a yema wade. Maintain wo bebia in the practice say yema obia bibi say ko report to nyonko na brabeje. And it's again for no be yes idea. Enya no correct. They are not getting any benefits from reporting one nuanom eduon beko asemu. Near to sumiansa first no na can report mpo a unless a serious one, Pempi, you know, they don't even follow up because and then me no kuna nyasema between for phone, no my friend, no my gang question same half of it, and you know, most of them Crawford are their friend. They said will be a friend 911, not say, or order pizza, 911 type of way. It's they were not following it, but times as a policies as on a daily basis. It's advice be walk around and the lawyer the Bama when there. A bed watch na information no assessment.
Yeah.
And woman who say any man happy too frequent. And who he has all done young to us during this time.
Yeah.
Deportation there a year fun. You wish it even for your worst anyway. At a tea a busiamu, at a tea fiamu. Over no one day when no home say I dear way I then I'm a dear before a coyes. The only of you are some poor. Mr. Memma deportation so ring say I'm question no and yet the best way solve a problem.
Yeah. Good advice for but can't remember back here obi busa about DV visa lottery so much ana obi so say Donald Trump say ukuta green card kra na obepam obeka so remember answer but to answer sister Elizabeth o students for so as assistant admissions officer at university as Ghanaian, and I'm very proud of you Ghanaian for a Abroche University. It say school on Ghana for
Ghana
for best and
we about 10 students. We about 10 students total.
Now 1 year ice problem ni bi wo because mo no so a red state Utah.
Yes. Yeah, governor no is one of the governors that are very happy to help. And we are on notice kakra. We are keeping our eyes out and staying.
But
not yet, but they are Omaba Utah, Omba State. Yes. Right around campus, cry Chenkofo.
Wow.
Right around campus, Chenkofo. But campus, the Omun Rock, Yang campus, Omun Rock classroom just yet. It's not something that is impossible. We are expecting that it can happen because the governor is giving up entirely the state. He's willing to help until they can come to campus. Yes. The governor is on board with the whole process. Yeah, expect to say a bit but in Druho just yet. We are expecting it to happen. Until the measures they are to in place, students are supposed to follow. We are international students are Waha with F1, we are J1 student, M student. Say making sure say we documents no or copies our phone. So
okay.
You have copies of I-20, visa, I-94, was that document with copies of them on your phone, electronic copies. Because we've also had say random pulling people over and asking questions, we've made sure say students if you are anywhere else in any other school, this is advice that you can also use. Make sure say documents, you have soft copies on your phone. As I pull you over. Questions say yes, I am here on an F1 visa. One thing I say international students and say F1 visa and nuna okay. It's not like the visa is not needed, but it's not. That's not what keeps you here. You keep you I-20.
Okay. The F1 media America pay. But I-20 in the protect bona fide student.
Yes.
Say,
yes. And that's what holds your status. That's your immigration status in the country.
Okay.
In the visa now they be rim. To amount to I-20 in rim. When you have visa to be admitted into the country. But once we rim I-20 no they keep you obi wa ne visa bit me expire but the I-20 is valid. And the information our students say mo keep more eyes open say I-20 end date program end date should always be in the future. So I-20 program end date pastor, you are out of status. Status will come And he say ya kasa say no I-20 bia I-20 a complete December. Meanwhile, wonima. We you're not supposed to be here. No, sir, no the choice. Wonni engineers will be
and Elizabeth say na obi kuta sa I-20 ni be a student. No kuta sa I-20 ni be na etwamu a.
Yeah.
Onye den obetimi renew I-20 no.
Who need status? The only way I'll be to me I renew with status in this country. Will to me admission in another school. Or more by creating new I-20 amount. But you have to leave the country, re-enter. To reactivate
this record. Oh no, this was some Ghana and some baby with the I-20.
I'm trying. So it
not the bill or apply school for school for apply as undergrad. No apply graduate school. Not see a man I-20 for still this all Ghana Samba.
You have to step up as long as the I-20 you entered the country with has expired. 1G extension. 1 you didn't work with your school, your advisors to get it extended and all of that. Complete. It's done. You are done. You have 60 days after your I-20 completes to leave the country. After 60 days.
School for before renew.
Before that's why
school for what they can do to renew and sign because
every student you are responsible for your immigration record here. Your school helps you. We help you keep your status going. We are responsible. Until students be I say we nim da I-20 be end it. Until before it ends let's say you still have 1 more semester. You say I-20 end 21st December 2024, but you have 1 last semester or final semester which will begin from January and end in May. You need to have worked with your immigration officers, your DSO on campus to extend your I-20 program end date. Into extended amount. So you have to catch it before by end there. Unya extension. You can get a new I-20, you can get admitted into a new program, get a new I-20, but you have to leave the country and re-enter the country.
Okay. The best thing is how your school in Okuta F1, J1 there. Money once. But school be our immigration officer now.
Yes, me patron.
As me and mama will renew my one son.
Me patron. Ni bakwa omo issue I-20 no ye jail ye ma admission ye ma I-20. Ni bakwa ni din I-20 no so no. Utumi kwa ni bakwa no ho obetumi aboa na o extend ya ma. Nti me students bia so keep in mind say o visa na nya eno na keep wo krom ha. Your I-20 ne keep wo krom ha. Until you have to make sure say I-20 every single time it's a valid document and it's valid if the program end date our future. And ukita sa bibi say na say emfa ne say wo call interview you ma 4 years we read bachelor's degree but wan ko fie you got admitted into a master why you OPT we o call masters wo visa na wu but as long as you have an I-20 you are fine. And no bibisa no what the chira mo no mka say oh by nim say visa ewu say ni say I will say my I-20 is still valid. Information out to me the more.
You know there's an I-20 share and that's a I-20 is still valid on
fine.
Okay.
They have no reason to mess with you because your I-20 is valid. That's the document that keeps international students in Ewukum. You'll be making sure say who copies of these important documents, I-94, visa, no I-20, no, who be keep this information when you na ye bisawa patron and students there. Yeah, a lot of the times they say it's always a lawyer do catch us say on the side of caution and men kasana BB, but as a student, we operate on the form of cooperation, politeness, respect. Inti ube to me. And your mokasa ube to me those documents that you say I'm here on an F1 visa. I'm studying. I'm a student at this school. This is my valid F1 I-20. Ombeshe nyomeye ombeko system do check with your school. Nyomeye na straight. Now one other thing I'm person my boss on say we are international students. We say we are students. Na say we are juma off campus. Now we need authorization. This is a dangerous time to be messing around.
Because who put a student visa now? Who bet me that just 20 hours from what?
On campus.
And if you move Ghana for any video, you crack. I know the year our side.
Yes. Don't do it. If you are working off campus and you don't have authorization, so be you off campus CPT authorization, and now say what file for economic hardship, and the US government economic hardship approval so between you. If you don't have CPT economic hardship, please, because this is the wrong time. If you America, your wahana or email brain.
It's Trump they are come back.
Your wahana will be email brain and let's stay. Stores around your school are students random member of the community, random community member, and no sending some email no chain store away me who some students in Yejuma, and it's breaking labor laws, it's breaking tax laws, yes, another brain me biggest one, we are international students. Not say you've been getting away with working off campus. This time they will deposit because you see, it's one of the offenses that there's nothing anybody will do about it.
So we are illegal. And we are not in normal times, you know.
And so many people, the citizens of Ukrumha, a lot of them say cleaning up. And random people, me sure say ice tip line, you see I hot cake. Cause people are just calling random, calling. And so we international students. No, so we may be under the table, this is not the time for it. Don't do it. Jai for now, because you're chiwa deportation street. So me restaurants, na me who say me students me more questions. So what should me Emrana share me say me terminating I-20. Na me catch ice say me my terminating sa student we me go two so ye adwuma oni CPT and oni hardship. And na minim say o change status to asylum and na say wenya aware na all ye green card minim me bisa na all those things.
So you see no evil.
It's very hard because what catcher a binder say you are going to be faithful with your job. You have to report it. You will terminate the students. No afraid eyes. What would the students' information, their address, the phone number, the information number eyes. Into eyes not on BSR deportation, but the record it there will be terminated. Into a photo back, big one. This is not the time to be doing illegal work. This is not it. This is not the time.
But all your school near Muntio, Mama lawyer didn't be a kind honor, and one something about more green card holders, citizens that Donald Trump person or extended to women. I said, what can you do? But Bimo, but your comment section in my Bimo so misinformation. Don't follow them. These are the official people. They could be wrong information. Because Papa wo ye nkwala wa grow bi ye dey papa ni eboni ni odi open but oh yeah ma correct information also betie nkrofo nse hu na o ma ba comment na se o mo kana o ye chewa wa wasem because you have information you have decided to take the wrong one you obi see yembusa Elizabeth say ni school honom na den but first na ye admission so ye yakwa amuntie mo hwe mo pe politics nti yembusa no admission question bi go and do your own research. I will not waste my data to do that for you. I won't do that. We're doing deportation. That's exactly what we're doing. And the Charles the Melanie why affect the most. I'm not asking that question for you. Yeah, say data. I bet tonight so I was so disappointed. Yeah, boy, Ghana school for if you got to embarrass, you know me. I'm not asking your question for you. But counts Mambusa about students, no.
Okay. In fact, to add to the Miss Hammond, I can't hear about your I-20. So I-20 no expire. Now after 60 days no one call. Now when you're school. Now we say okay, my new school me put a new I-20 and to me there's a law also within the immigration law for illegal presence in the United States. If you have ever become illegal in the course of your legal status in the United States and so na ufi chronomwa ufi American so your number of years bia you cannot come back. For example, say we are illegal presence for more than 6 months now ufi chronomwa, you can't come back for the next 10 years. And most of those students who call out transfer visa now assign bar at the point of interview, no, yen visa no amount. And my advice to those students: so why 20 now you are out of status. Patrol will find you about me first one your green card and sign away from Chrome ha.
Yes,
Because the student no bar, most likely you won't come back.
Wow. Need now a good information na edition. But council we question we are no more green card no so Donald Trump will him no so. So we crowd when you safe, we green card crowd when you safe no so.
Fake news. In fact, ukuta green card, the law allows you say ubetna America as a permanent resident and yet temporary resident. One ekuta green card, one who bas some deportation, two groups. Number one, ukuta green card, and so I committed crime after say unya green card. And Rama Hong said, so offense now committee, immigration consequences. They will come after you after the criminal case and one bed you green card nephew and some, and I said they will try to deport you. And also lawyers from your womb, I to me a fight. In fact, another case be by me some neba collab some and no bono or co school call report to yeah. And I said so school authorities who said a colano will be happen. Long story short, why papa face deportation because why abuse you neighbor. Yes. Anti ukta green card, be careful the type of
ukta green card going to mean tiaoba.
And yes, I won't tell but your crime be brave fast tiakola. Okay. But say over trim bear to say bia may they shame it by Ghana crampo say crampo. Yeah, jai. Anti and yet the right way. Buy a bonnet, say, meet you moko, and no, there, no, cry. And then maybe what tin and away you been a mark, abano. So, when you that type of problem, maybe there, and you obenya or how a war, even if you are a green card holder. Near to some, one could a green card on one snack room. I can see, sir, enter or how about so. The green card rule, no, you're very simple. So with the green card, you can travel outside the country, but don't spend more than 6 months at one time. And now you're baby or Ghana, no, I could do 5 months. No one back, I bet 2 weeks, 1 week. Now I go back in poor, breaking the 6 months rule.
Okay.
At the same time, no, assign you are still accumulating time towards your citizenship. But so could stay more than 6 months. One, a breaky time towards citizenship. And so what finds what now fear 9. What move call Ghana? I could do more than 6 months. And 4 years nego. Over back within a year now. And so about 5 years now for phobia. Because it's a baby 5 years and son will qualify for citizen. Number 2, sir, Oko now stay more than 1 year. It is against the green card rules. You can't stay out for more than a year. International say no. Uber enter an officer bit me at you so say me my own remu, and they can tell you to surrender your green card, either or taken off from the airport and as for amount a deferred inspection. I'm away with remu, but you have to go to the court to explain why they don't have to take your green card from you. Okay. Yeah, to be answer. So outside the country, no I stay more than a year. That's a green card nowhere. You have to go to the embassy to get a stamp before I'll be to me return it.
Into a green card now or Ghana, and that's what's not Ghana more than 1 year. This is all American embassy.
That's a green card nowhere.
Okay.
Yes.
You have to go more than 1 year. They are waiting me there. America.
I don't know the banners won't. They can decide to deny you entry and refer you to secondary inspection.
Wow.
I don't know about face the judge, you know. But I say, whoop, dear, and I just saw embassy ho. Now I got new stamp. And send away to me a room. Mpempi, Ugo just stamp numbers, but catch you say, oh, by a check. We'll give you up your green card until you renew now. Until you won't get a stamp to come back to United States.
Wow.
Until probably bro, so and 4. If you also want your green card now, but I want to make an audit. No one was our green card. The problem be ever home. Pen people apply for citizenship. At the time of citizenship, when the American was there, at the time, you had the green card no more. Bibi, it's you, Paya. Necessarily at the mouth. Yeah, mistake near the mouth, and I everyone some. And think of a crime be on my green card holder will end up in deportation. But I just a court. Emma, so American Kwandia, a judge, November decision said. Yeah, you order deported and send you to me deported. You say so moana yeah do.
Okay. When I any more until good information now ode mano. Remember back to my busa about almost Ghana passport. Omo green card be or citizen call but in Ghana passport me ba Ghana. Afi o kwa yes see a stopping for airport because of some new regulation Donald Trump dey abanotino. You stop on comfort. But before I can answer that question, Elizabeth, no people say school for now, omo Ghana. When you omo J1, F1, omo so afena, omo ko US. Say omo nya do omo kwa na omo train.
Why not?
We do airport or new questions because I council catch it say. Someone can embassy ho. Yes, I will do immigration. Say checks here, say immigration check. Because say me, omo shemu that aviation guy. Into one ya. Brony na bako to no crowd bro for can well, more back to send that. Ghana for no students no omukuta visa no what they do.
Cynthia, nyame meka ne say
the makazu I see going to be never abenu.
Me na ya tie ya do
omo we ti won ma
right opposite.
And then so much for the omo no. Hey, I see also. We have to take green that. I think go.
America
Oh yes.
Anyways, when your visa, congratulations, you have nothing to fear about. You have no fear, you have no worries. As long as Niawa kind and one away. One kwaje F1 say, oh, bedum. Oh, bana wakope we busi ni bi wa sharp eye under the table job. But Uji visa say oh school and school only. Would you port of entry wanna yebisa questions? When they ask you questions, straightforward answers. Don't beat around the bush. Straightforward. Obey them waha me ba school, me ko school way, me ko sian dem, me ko sian say. You're not coming to work on campus, you're not coming to work OPT, none of that information.
I'm coming to work on campus.
No, none of that. Your visa is for you to come for school. And no one now uni shibium can. So me kwasra me auntie. And I'm about kwasra way. Ebi a wo fill application ko ebi sa say we busian for a wo se woni ebusian for bia. Ba wo bedru ono so na me come cousin bi ho. And na me come sister ho. And sana masen akosku. That's all. And no na ebe cause problem. Enti uko school. Auto plane tickets. Uko school Missouri. And so plane tickets no. Do see New York. There's none to us. Into New York now, I want over there. You know, you have to have answers. So, New York, sightseeing Missouri. You have to be able to explain that to them. Meda hotel way, may you see. On the 20 say, Meko, Missouri. And so to me,
there was no what ticket I just free.
Yes. There's a possibility, you know, previous times, no questions, no at the port of entry were just light, easy, straightforward questions. I am expecting questions to get tougher. I'm expecting them to, you know, try and trick you. I'm expecting them to, you know, delve more into trying to suss out why you are coming to this country. So you have to be on guard. The fact that you have gotten a visa doesn't mean chinchina you have to enter the US. No. The person at the bottom.
Airport or
yes, it's very possible. It happens all the time. Last semester, we were students. We crying bad. We were students. Or defer in I-24 spring semester. And no corner interview near man of visa. No decided so about 4 semester. Meanwhile, your I-20 is in the future. In the Odruha near sign of Fimiema or Sanichi Kofi. Springtime, January, no sign by. So yes, they pay attention. Sometimes they don't. Other times, you might be the unlucky person.
In timeline, they are I-20 and one also this one now the school.
Yes, even on your I-20, it tells you your earliest arrival date, 30 days before your program session start date. Earliest arrival date is on your I-20. Do not try and enter the country before that. You can only enter after the earliest arrival date. And if we were the students, and so be on focus, or be any focus, who drew port of entry, a question baby sound, and yeah, I feel now, obey one, my faha, obey maybe school. And yes, maybe made more campus, and no crying, it's not anything you should mention. And yes, me internship or Apple, and for being that's not what they're asking you. Obey school.
Maybe a program way.
Keep it simple, straightforward, and you give them the information they need.
Okay.
And I will refer to lawyer on this one. Yeah, Mate here and there says students need be say I used to make your friend is saying custom officers, no immigration officers, no port of entries need be to me. Like I said, for WhatsApp, I'm not sure what the legality is.
No, you have right to privacy on your phone.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that. Not
that's
at the
only right to privacy.
I don't think
at least
do, but I will.
Don't have reasonable expectation of privacy in your phone. Not the sounds like, but your phone messages.
I will answer this question. So you refer an applicant for entry to secondary inspection. ICE officers have the liberty. So I'm here phone so. Wow. The justification I want the man to say, what would you say? You are not coming for the intended purpose. And the answers to someone's suspicion can be found on your phone. The same way, so now visitors, people coming here on the visitors are here. You to me, I did phone. I will say, oh, can't a Juma who has some.
B1, B2, B1, phone.
Yes, I've dealt with so many cases like that. And the answer to the question, sir, you bet me, I don't know. Of course, and you're very common, but so secondary inspection, you bet to me, I share a phone so. And one can see your phone so. Even as a US citizen, they have a way I want to crack your phone. I give information I won't pay you cannot resist it. Yes. You can decide not to give the information. It becomes a litigation. Government has a bigger interest to prove why most of the time they have access to the information.
On the side, illegal students are outside campus work near the use of being or you they can enter your phone. They also you're careful.
My different asophobia, ya just careful on home. Ya G one who sika, one by you, one who call. Anyone who said they have more than the money 10,000. They didn't, some of them didn't declare. Ya G one sika no. If you want four, so one by call, yeah, order a year. Yes, until a idea happen. And yet. And yeah, illegal as it happened. Though and you're right, but it will happen. And then American actual Miss Habon case, so a presentation, so I said, you are not in normal times. It's so your students now bar. First your tune say and your normal time. And no maybe be according to the books. Now a basse Magani, a custom officer, an immigration officer. No pulumia, I'll be able to answer. So I'm saying, first, over cross immigration, answer no about customs. There has been instances that me say anytime I make a customer client or what drug related offense, me cross immigration. Let me do customs. You to me follow me. Say we go through minima. One goes out a random check, but meaning very well because so one time to any federal facility prisons are officially forms near the your profile. But minimum.
So we need to work will be a drug related offense. They are not the BBS one. They want to be sure.
Yes, it's no me basa minimum say I'm clean as it can get. Into many problem, but it happens. Into no Obia fan said the Trimo said there will be an intense and enhanced search into your BBA right.
Okay. You. A foot one man will say, Yentia. A Yibusa question a year, friend Albert Ghanaian say, Yumbusa Elizabeth man say, how cautious should you be with your phones at the point of entry? But your question,
it's like I knew that I was gonna come out.
Tina, answer question, Amano. But what was still in there, or see, hey, Nancy America, but I couldn't just say, Wahala, baby, I didn't see, I didn't go for America. Yeah, Munya or man, UK or process of your West. They say UK grant and I can't do that now.
Well, the American say that is the purpose of this government. So, about limited immigration to America, especially immigration from countries.
Ompe.
It is a Stephen Casa will be answering the group there. That is a what do you know? That is a you are not punishing him for anything.
But my Opoko to Busa say, or you're European citizen, and one movie I call US 6 months in a or you're victim or victim of Adiwiana.
My answer to him is that say Obaye as a visitor there, and you're 100% victim because European citizens allow so for only 3 months. After 3 months, visa you come in as a visa free, but you're only allowed to stay for 90 days. Ultimately, extension for that visa. Ultimately, file asylum because the European countries beyond qualify for asylum application in the U.S. And so the only thing that such person or qualify for and say bia niyere and any kun krom hana so ware na dia even though or the visa free na buy no still obetumi anya ni green card wa ha apart from that there hwe ni why you know
and I might know as that tell you homework because then council 6 months be twemu dia wala Zumelo no say we apply for PhD program with Utah and so I just wanted to confirm with Elizabeth say but Utah no schools baby oh school why you know
I just want to also say University of Utah is one of the good schools. It's the flagship university of the state of Utah, and I want to say the Ghanaian. No, but the ISSC office is headed by a Ghanaian woman. Top
Utah,
Utah, University of Utah. And you picked a good school.
Okay. And the Domelo wait me call here sign patron and me say me answer me mo be answer admission question there. Yeah, admissions in Yamunti. Is on you on your own. Also, what about asylum seekers with 5 years working permit? Who are yet to get the interview date? Council.
Only problem, yeah, you are safe until say about fraud for your interview. If you say fraud for interview with asylum officer, and I say who lose case now. The asylum officer has to refer the case to a judge. And also, the video now, because a judge will give a ruling on your asylum application. The only difference, Abani say, about 2 or 3 days ago, Trump has signed a new executive order. I affected asylum applicants. Opposite asylum applicants, we have to finish it within 6 months. Asylum applications has to be.
That's a good thing, my boy.
And you're good, Papa. If you the work permit, you're valid for 5 years. That means it says you need as a more 5 years. Or you're allowed. Or something to renew the work permit, as many times as he wants. But you must 6 months. Even by the time where the application about to work permit go on, you'll be a friend for interview.
Hey. Now, no more to be found cocoa over 10. It's a day for the best right case.
In fact, there's a whole lot of lawsuits you're filing on left and right. The last time I said lawyers I offer legal services, Emma immigrant, federal government program with Tuawanka or executive order to cancel it. And then we rescinded that executive order. No, I didn't hear. You filed a lawsuit against that executive order. No,
the more immigration suit Donald Trump maybe.
No, American Immigration Lawyers Association, a whole department. A review all the policies. I have filed a lawsuit on behalf of the association, and then there are other civil society groups are also filing agencies. The American Civil Liberty Union also filing. Until there is a whole lot of cases. They go so a challenge as many as possible executive orders.
Okay. Cousin, but so answer question, but right there no. Say Ghana for you make a young for could do a brochure back on the to internet so na my passport amani but yeah no and I don't Trump say I didn't know no be the court. They say at the same when you and they say no still uncle to me
and Crawford to me because court restraining order against the government until say here the full argument now court decided say the executive order ni illegal no enya dia samra no juma nti ubetumi aba abewo but on that note so but on that note no say oba bewo oba na as I say utia for the delivery cost yes bebre free medical care a lot of states, including New York, Medicaid. So, open for Kwandia, you are covered under the Medicaid. Into say, na say, benefited from that. Now, renew or visa, embassy. First, no, na makuma ye visa one. Your visa application form visa many ding anyone's citizenship. So, you have to tell the truth on your application. For the never so. You who's a citizen, the next question I'll go into the business. Okay, did you pay for it? The open corner will receive new evidence in and then you say, oh, but now your intention is over the war. Won't me because I may come America, that is not the case. Oh, buyer, and I be a war back cow. But your intention was to come and go back. It was not coming here for medical tourism.
Okay, dear Busawa, also okay. These are all cut there. Celebrities will be as a mere call. Man,
my high bedroom.
Now, come to celebrities. I don't know among Casano to because
no, I won't contact you. Yeah, now, what would you want the NFI bloggers for?
Steffi, I just want to add to what lawyer is saying. Me, be personally, Bibisa Tono. And on your small person or Ghana, up till now, to me, miracle, or could be a bouncing. Or try government protocol in Kusiaga.
Because
in the year be high wintia and every fee. Ometia bill no po. Ometia bill no. Omokohwehwe ma ye hu ade konti ye bounce na ye bounce ye be bounce yen kan show the reason why so that enti echire mu a omofefe echire ko hu reason no na omokotia be up to na ye mo
I just said about 21 near filing my own. I want a bit me the crater.
Wow.
Now to me room and might know about school hands.
No council, I was Obagana now be a whole session of because me now catch your celebrities because we are now they are too online. With passport. That's what them one or two. Because Trump new law me say this a passport. This are for animal and any papa. One of them a citizen. Yes, I am man.
Well, Salon, and that is what they want to do. That is what they want to do. But I will tell you, I know moment there, and
it's going to be hard. It's going to be very hard
for you to take away American constitutional rights. And yet that's simple. Until I know there, me am to me one cry.
Okay. Or the background wait me to Canada because Canada too. But my was a question. I say, is it normal for I'm saying I-765 work permit and authorization to take more than 3 months based on pending I-485, no permanent marriage-based adjustment of status.
Normal. Nobody says, "Oh, green card application, pending immigration. Your mom quite say your juma, cause you say you be decided on your green card, and only 765 near your work permit. Now, work permit, it can take up to 5 months. Anna, your process. You know, can know besides say, is it normal to be take it 3 months? The answer is yes. In fact, they been there brought 5 months no cry, and yet outside processing time.
Okay. Elizabeth, obviously, I'm saying nurses, no, so I'm students, so please, what of nurses coming to work in America? Now, do we have nurses coming to work in America? I don't know if there's anything like that.
So when you
much more NCLEX not there?
Yes, what you of course South Africa cultural NCLEX, which when you a Juma model over there, that's a whole completely different thing. But as a student, so Obana say be a part of your training, no, you need to work in a hospital. That's what we have CPT, curriculum practical training. You have the permission, but you have to go through the process. And sana with me. And yes, sir, you need some clinical hours in a hospital or mama wejuma, then you start working. No, so ma yehu na ye ma USCIS for say this is what you are doing right now.
Okay. And then I'll also add nurses no my husband advertising be brave with agencies going to recruit. Half of this advertisement are false.
False.
Scam.
Can it be a mommy?
Yes.
Or more wires or more by Ghana next the Omako US and do a scam.
Yes. I don't want to say too much, but I got
too much because the way I had jingle for Sikano.
Yes. I got a client to be a question after so here your program. School, I do maybe a fan and say I don't know as a nurse. At the end of the day, want the student visa and a man and I didn't be room. So be room I convert a baby as a nurse. And it looks as that school and any papa could not one buy. They say why I stuck with being a student. Ain't you know, say one can see the old back as a nurse, please make sure, sir, yeah, amount H1B visa. And your student visa any day amount. Say, okay, just saw the old back as a nurse, but me just student visa amount. Now be do na my yehu be or that down. That is what I just wanted to put
up. You have to finish school, do your OPT, and hope to get H1B out of it. It's a longer process.
Yes, they say I am desperate. That your brother na I
just want to say, sir, I think, sir, no, UK for na a baby, no, and go for so they try some day America by found, but Obia Penisicating. You just gotta be careful. No, it be any.
Yes.
But scam woman, I'm more chance. I don't want to scam to one year. And for Stevie no cano. Ube remo, but ube frustrated. Now what to Ghana crank? Ube cast open. Ube frustrated. I can't so be see a question was it frenzy or sister green card. Or see can green card holders travel to Ghana now?
Oh yes. Bibian su kwanse obeko akosra ukrum. And you definitely go, but don't stay more than 6 months when you go. And the green card holder Bibian su kwan. Now, if not account about one ako Ghana, ye deny a be return to America. And Crawford Bray or Hodma won't go to a dual citizenship. Ghana passport, any American passport. And likely the NPP government decided to say, who could a Ghana passport and American passport? And we accept dual citizenship in Ghana. So, oh yeah, that category now, with either your Ghana card or your Ghana passport, show that to show say a right to come to Ghana. And that has been happening, including Mianka Samiho. Trump last week in a message we said obi call Ivory Coast, maybe call Ivory Coast, and Urbano, they didn't allow her to come. Ghana law and Ivory Coast law is separate. Different. Ivory Coast doesn't allow dual citizenship.
Okay.
I don't need a different from Ghana there. But Ghana there, not yeah, recognize dual citizenship. But yesterday, I got a call from Obiowa, Texas. Say, the client, back Ghana, Odu Airport, no. Once you own show ni visa, or show an American passport, visa anymore show ni Ghana card and as in Ghana passport, no. Once you want to me, my uncle, I just want to visa or ni Ghana passport, no.
In America,
yes. So,
wow.
uncle visa. Because OSHA requirements now, you need a visa for that country. And they are not recognizing the dual citizenship, no. And then
Donald Trump buying a side because first, yes.
And yes, I just came back in January, yeah, and I'm gonna buy. That is how I came. And then, Madame Fubia or your flight attendant, I will Delta, Ekasai, Abisan and say, is this what is happening now? Your catcher minister said, no flight, I won't defeat Ghana ever or bois, Mesome bois, but Monchake or Ghana and Sunshine. Or say it's half of the plane empty. Because in Crawford, be brave by a 1 year stamp. Won't do on do in a room. Or say Delta agents no my one full plane.
Any under Trump orders, new orders or the banner.
Yes. And you know now they have to find a way to show say I came with my American passport and I'm going back with my American passport. I also called Delta Million Miles Club. Hey, Bisa one say, "Mon clarify our policy, mommy. Is that the new policy?" Nyawan chairman say, "Go to delta.com. Me call ye. Yes, scroll down. Who map of the world. Click on it. I click on it. Travel requirements. Yes, say Fabebia. Citizenship. Then I'm the share American passport. Ben Ekutao America. And here now call Ghana. Then it comes. You need a visa. And I'm saying, then show me say Ghana for don't need a visa when you have a dual citizenship. I said, did you see it on our website? No. Ukwa, there's a further link. Everyone says for exemptions, click this link. I don't link you to Ghana immigration. In Casa, me click it was on Sanka Boami, my opinion. I think Ghana immigration, Ekasek, who could that dual citizenship near the end?
You don't need a visa.
Me click your link and uncle. And to me, Pamicho, Ghana immigration, more has our link, no. Now, I'm correct it because I know why AB and Cancophone bet me approve say they have the right to come the way they entered Ghana. But because of that, they may have to face challenges and so on. To me, any one passport in influence them. And they haven't committed any immigration offense. I'm waiting to see a real problem there. And also be one of the issues of court soon. In order to get this misunderstanding off the table.
Yeah.
But say that kind you want Crawford, I want support to MAGA. Your policies are every day. When we hear my federal government, the catcher say, email the one the baby I want for man of power. I go by 5:30. Echo bosses I want be porno. Boom. Near
just at the chamber, do not plan to shame raffle for.
Or shame raffle for. Ain't he? As much as this practice now, illegal because it never had been an issue, Say the sana, my friend, Ghana mission, it was New York, any consul general, acting consul general Casa about this very issue. You kind of say, Eric, so why wouldn't him say, Mukrumu Animasisa, into two. What your phone you have for say, a bit to me, I'm with the Mama stamp,
And son, okay.
Not just say as someone fancy.
The battle a caution to Ghana and Libya who put American passport. Upeto to Kwanko Ghana and Pacho. Hoje visa no boom. Yes, sir. Was so and a lawyer Ekam. That's the advice. You James, the Busa asked a question. I did James. That is your answer there. and yes, I was so beyeshi. Koje now there because do not travel as a lawyer can. Every day you sorry, I was already you a question 5 o'clock or sign lawful for. Into one I know I sign our account. Now also Ghana, now feel now America. What's on a beyeshi will hold them her. But yeah, Elizabeth, no busy and a question, but I don't know, say also come away, you know, say I'm saying one of the admission and then busa
naturalization application. I know a lawyer.
And yeah, no. Or busa say what about N400 application? Yeah, more no.
Lawyer.
Citizenship application. But obviously, what about a question? Okay. The question is saying, what do you want to know?
Abdul say but busa question ye. Busa question ye. Because answer question was about DV visa lottery no 2025. Say 2024 then I'm passing Donald Trump a term.
DV for the
is be bread your money out to say any omu be dia mama to coin.
DV for the one way mobile. Starting from COVID a buy when we win here, I want process on cases. Nank ye free one for interview. Because of COVID into young to me and free. The program ends 30th of September. Until you do September 30th, na say you issue visa Emma what we knew we are there young farmer. Until for almost 2 years, in Kofobe when we need so and no one so. And now as it is, DV program no a Congress. I can't near or person term no, but it has to go back to Congress for that program not to end. The problem I would DV lot on one is say, oh, we need ye now submit to application. Now farm now. Now a chair call for visa. Want to me you so DV now winning no against you and deny you visa to come to America. Because the DV application now filing you are considered to be an intended immigrant. What do you say in America? Oh, and so why we need us when now for the apply for student visa now call for interview. Ni who say, okay, I apply for DV, you won, you just didn't get your 10. I just say student visa you cramp on a year. Excuse me now, because your intention is to go and live there. And your program make us exciting to say first no senior etino. But as of today, you say you so I debate to a tier for him.
I think I know they like you said Donald Trump in because on one can say who you university or my was here more Greencard no a university for my being there
the anunya DV.
Anunya DV. H1 is the
yes. Yes.
The DV is bringing all the people he doesn't like.
Yes.
The on pen. Nka DV nka Europe for na ejia. Nka show you how. But mostly no. Yeah, if he as whole countries no na yedeba.
Oh, yeah, Sam. Okay.
Yeah.
No, people say neba. Mami be say neba boy. I'm sorry, kuta student visa and or the Bible no we can't file man dada. Ebe affect akola na.
Sir, akola no priority date current. Meaning says so qualify for green card. Now say other so a student and now say on follow out of status. There, obet me the green card no chrome ha. And you checking the priority date no pa.
Okay.
Now say or Hannah say banya any or we any bachelor's on masters or we any masters on your PhD on go school because you said the green card.
And then maybe can lawyer a lot of uncophobic or more abandon status or more F1 status no. Ebi our worry ni kundi atu mama no. Ube wano waba immigration of international office was a me kuna file mam. I been person maintain F status ni biu. More terminating me I-20, but that's a mistake.
Yeah.
So we maintain record will status no until when your response.
And also students need be doing him. But what about Elizabeth? School for no mobile and no mujani, you know, because I know some school or crowd experiences are last week not cancel can or be on your 1 semester, probably so be 1 semester, 2 semesters, no journey. Also, I'm say a Trump name we are ice for name.
This is not the time for any of that, Sister Fia. This is not the time for any of that.
So we're Johnny Dada into your mind.
Sisi ani achewa straight. So what would you know? One copy be and found one ye ebia one kowari obi enya I'm a one file in Krata. That's like might be the only route I can think of, unless lawyer or other routes. Waka. One number how Krata or F1 status has been terminated and you have accrued overstay, illegal overstay. Into Yenya straight.
And you don't have any asylum application pending.
Only name and I will hear ye was straight. And this is not the time. So we beg you when you come, just go to school. Men thank ye for. This is not the time, cry.
A good advice because meaning say school will be brave. Nti wow, could student visa or we school no and account of we could pay for your town. Per masters yet, we are only a person graduate diploma bills say PhD pay. Men Johnny, because Johnny, America for record home. Who do airport to be a more friends I-90 and I-92 or say I-94.
I-94.
I-90. Baby, I will share. First, you'll be a few and then they don't have better. Yeah, and they know where you are. They know your last address. They can track you down. They better. Into all the old school now because of big person advantage you going out when you have to make school. No, I am in TV. Must say.
I am omuntia say hardly even down the line. So we kunya ebia we share wodofo or file ama and no cry. So to me explain if lawyer will hit on that part. So we explain ya the incident so about school. Udru yen when we 1 semester mpo any terminate you. Ebia one when 2 crazy school no more cry. And they terminate with service record. And also sano we your green card application and so we'll explain into no sano lawyer any ways or move for I explain at you. I had the no baby educhi.
Okay.
If you do
it's about all question be about me busa because I can't be na yapon. Yeah, na yen ko baby na
person may hit it 1 point.
Okay, go ahead.
But so we over US have with a visitor's visa. Your chances so bet me assistant to F1 visa no is possible. It depends on how long you've been in the country for and I will file for such change of status no. Bet to me a change of status. Obe apply school. When you admission so you are currently in the US with the B1 B2 visa, but you would like a change of status.
Okay.
I-20. So a change of status I-20 amount. Me no my advice on that one is say we immigration lawyer and kasa no mumbo na umfele. Ubet me on your own. But my advice is only immigration lawyer going forward no.
Oh yeah on your own say
to save money. To save money, a lot of people like they don't realize that. If you came with B1, B2, visitors visa, now person was sent to F1, we no change of status I-20 year. Per lawyer, no born on file a change of status. No, it is doable. It is doable.
Ishmael, Azuma, once or question and a answer man, Elizabeth answer man. There's another question Bill about we a student a queer or say
sorry, Mammy had to be a crabby 1 year. Miss Sabon Kaino. When you're in student ID I-20, proof of funds is so much important. Say who change your status now. And to be on my one could you bank statements. A do say we change your status now. Or they could say, hey, and I mean to me, farmer will be more. Why here, very responsible. I don't know your bigger problem. Internet said, Uber change of status, no chrome ha. Make sure I will proof of funds so between a student fees. No, sir, what's the application? No, qua. That's a bit denial. What you're trying now is an UV and sign your denial. By the time I be denial, not just say, she ain't good out.
Okay. And the only thing with the change of status from visitors to students, they say, whilst with change of status is pending, no, unto me, en fi krom ha, unto me en ko school, no, until we bet na fie, stay put until mama answer. So 10 years, mama answer, we 10 years, no, ufi krom ha pe wa abandon sa petition, no. That's some of the things you need to know. I say, we share processing times, no, and sana wolves are and on our we decided another option. Canadian visa, Canada, F1 visa na room.
Okay.
Possible.
No, Canada. Oh, if a student is out of status for more than a year and they get admission to a new school, is it advisable to do reinstatement with the new I-20 Nana?
We just answered that question.
By going to the Canadian border for re-entry.
So reinstatement I-20 will be issued by whatever school is willing to file the reinstatement for you. But why accrue 1 year illegal overstay? I can't think of a school or mobile willing to process a reinstatement I-20 for you. Now, all can two different things. Reinstatement I-20 is different from going to Canadian border to re-enter. You can do that one if you still have a valid US visa. You can get a new I-20, step out of the country, and then enter. And then they cross the border and then re-enter the country. That's fine. But reinstatement I-20, after 1 year of illegal overstay, I can't think of a school that will be willing to do that for you.
Okay. It cannot be accurate because or a dual citizen and he just returned from Ghana to New York January 28, 2025. I always enter with my Ghana passport. Bra, you catch one sema and not in the yana lawyer can. You see Donald Trump and you be outside new law. Oh, we immigration lawyer.
I am telling you, make a Janice a make name January and I made dear by. Actually, and yeah, something and the call that I received Obia Oko was yesterday, and today Obia our flight in 4:30 p.m. na flight no be landed. And to Pacho Odia one and then one landed New York. There be sounds a flight no. Then the pedal do send a woman and then issue the sea airport and get clarification.
You obisu busasa say they say no advising say okuta visitors visa B1 B2 na obetimi aba US on kwana.
Bisa question BM.
Also okuta yebo adanso okuta visitors visa which is B1 B2 obetimi akwana. Is it safe to travel around this time? So obetimi akọ US say
oh yes.
The no okuta na normal visa obetimi to kwana.
Yes, obetumi to kwan, but make sure say at the kwan or catch on so call America acquire more Jane visa no obedi super pepe and no and thanks what unim at the kwan or baby.
Okay. It's in conform with but question be abusa because your program deportation unless something new happens. Linda Adolfo, please, if you are on a visitor's visa, but who could write US by 6 months now you'll be now in a warrior. Can you continue to stay even when your document processing has not been completed? Not after 6 months because now visa will be to stay now.
Yes, sir. Visa 1 year, 2 years, 10 years, 50 years. Now, sir, worry. America, you're still entitled for your to green card. And once our filing for green card application, visit the visa na want passport no ashegu. Even say visa no ye. Now 6 months the man no kura entwemu. Now o file for green card on kwandia visa no ewu. You cannot travel outside and come back on that visa. I just say why here advanced parole application edi account. And to say ukuta valid visa or business near DNT untumi ntena hanche. Now Felisa Mawari media tum me economy badia. Once I will be fikroman wa abandon your green card application if you don't have advanced parole. And we pa.
Patrons when they are 2 years ago. Rose say Yemusa lawyer man say if someone got a dimension in the you know what you're saying. Well, then the dimension or say dimension and they requested for your bank account and you don't have it, what should you do? And also then dimension.
In fact, Manon clarify na bibia ni hono ma.
Dimension. But also
the
dimension council too ni one no authority no so onim dia from where to go.
And then when I obisa in a bank account and also it's questionable. And on clarify the question here now, you be answer man.
Okay. Linda Adopo, please can you go for a visitor's visa and switch to F1 by applying for school? I think I know Elizabeth answers our question. I'm gonna say it's possible, so you can adjust your status. And Emmanuel say, how long can a U.S. citizen stay outside the country? Who can green card give? What do you see U.S. citizen?
Forever.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no limit as to when you can stay outside the country if you're a U.S. citizen. But the law requires that over file taxes every year.
Okay.
Even if you are.
Even if you need U.S. Supreme also file taxes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. One file taxes on the jail. IRS will be chasing. Ghana say, please, what about students who has graduated with a master's? Are they eligible for green card as Donald Trump? That's when Donald Trump promises that.
In fact,
Trump are promising
election time, no.
Election time. One of the programs are is to also to attract the best, and more or less it will be merit-based applications. But on passive media, ebema the merit-based system no has started, and we don't know the requirement ebeba and when crampoa ebe passes along, and as it is now, on passing and it hasn't come into effect.
Okay. Okay. Obisu say, student Frederick, I say, Bisa say, a nurse who is waiting for visa interview, a person yank listen that, but or train visa interview, no betting. That's how when you have it,
or see gain access. So the question is, say, when you're Juma, and a Juma no, no all the necessary documentation for H1B. If the answer is yes, they are on train. Eduswa or call the interview now.
Okay. Okay. I'm we Godwin or see or a green card holder or Canada and or US. But to do airport, no, the passport they share box move for secondary checkup and also HSA.
This is serious. And could have fake green card. And could have fake document.
Oh, really?
The green card number also. There issues be about who they feel that they need to check up. And yes, want to me echo secondary inspection. Echo examine. We never carefully. That's be in my chair. You be jano amanapi.
Okay, wow.
And offer airport as well. And also to me say and yet uncommon say atono.
Okay. But oh, question I know buza only question your point but go person buza question but person camera but Steven Amankwa camera but you when near to change you can put the camera like away from your face so that your face will not come but you better so what I think so camera but for camera nature baby you don't need to show your face and ask your question. All right. And I'll bet me cross way change you do know idea no so that nobody will know that you would and no.
Oh, Mr. Manadanfo.
Busamobi. One no. You can still ask him. But I know. Steven, to gossip him lady, can you ask lawyer for me? My son filed for his mom almost a year and we haven't heard anything from immigration. They 1 year now.
Yeah, so Nebano ye U.S. citizen, more than 21 years, wa file a mane. Nanka first, no, by 1 year, Nanka when you approve her. To say, after COVID, it takes between a year to a year and a half. Until the American China say, and check, Obenya approver. When you approve a new year, and son, Ababa year, Department of State process, no, I'm when you interview our embassy. And so, Kabomwa, we are looking about 2 years for interview to take place.
Okay. And Priscilla, so say, you Musa Oman say, we overstay in the visa, but see, and when you're I-765, which is work permit, no, but the one adjustment of status no is pending. Or you safe and no to do not try to be deported. No,
me but you safe. Once now worry no, solid no, make sure say or my be manani aje. Now worry not na hormo. Na bibia I fine. Ukun American citizen. Eta wetia bibia be fine.
I did not go down and put myself when you sit that.
No, me tell me say me wa cases are. And go worry pan one new year man I won't kunum nete. One application is pending. Over 2 when you not to be a banana chest of
yeah.
Or because I mean, ye say not acquire basa. Intino say a bit to me, won't and grow our area no na She's in a better place with
but
that.
once adjustment of status is pending, or be affecting Nana.
Yes.
Be affect.
Petitioner no jaya your case is denied. Unless say only akono is abusive. Now because I'll pursue abuse case, but until idea our reject here and the petition.
And yes, tampacho to kuno so pebenku anu aye yi style bi also pebi anu aye go se na aka omunifa super wasembe ebeba o say me simpacho person kasa set up why na o dam pass lawyer ti obo captain's ban o dam pass bra bibi na boni ohun ye ti anu ka se ejuma no ye pene ye ne sa no tumasi can my brother file an N-400 after 3 years of entering the U.S. and he's married to a U.S. citizen? He also has a 10-year visa.
The answer is to qualify for citizenship. There are 2 criteria. First one, one qualify under 3 years of green card. Second one, one file 5 years of green card. So we are 3 years, you must be married to a U.S. citizen and you got your green card based on that particular person's petition. And then with your green card for the past 3 years work with the green card you file taxes together, you maintain joint documentation together to show that you are married and living in a matrimonial home. If the answer to all this is yes, 3 years of the green card qualifies, or apply for citizenship. Otherwise, 5 years for everybody else.
Okay. I hope so when you answer no. Question no. Question corner. Not meaning say what brand because a video no quite true be better. Or they are sending you Canada or they are sending you Europe. Bravo. Good evening, Pacho Busa question no.
Lawyer person bisa say maybe the 120 maybe buy and a friend no have by my green card in BBI by last year November and I'm saying me with N-400 but once I'm more with tracking cases but maybe we share so by November 26th now I'm gonna say I stop and move but I just want to know sir how long does it take now? I want to go to Ghana this year but my train actually because I don't know when the interview will come in or I'm actually say September and my train September until like I just want to know because of the airport thing now will it affect my case or what? Because I already have 2 cases here and my wife is American so because I was supposed to do it last year but because when maybe we want to be into
Abdul, your second question, don't worry. So,
all right.
N-400 application no pending. Or file here because we were green card for 3 years
10
and
years.
you're still married. No, why you're citizen? Why a green card holder for at least 3 years and you are still married to your wife? Yes.
Yeah.
First, usually it takes between 3 to 5 months. Not your interview.
Okay.
I brought so too much there, but see a lawyer. It been there actually there, but the normal practice I happened recently is just by 5 months now for interview. Number 2, so case no you're for interview now it is still pending. Necessary to kwanya. Nothing stop you from traveling. Over to me to kwanya.
Okay.
We interview no kwanya na say uni ahanamo. You bet me bisa for extension of time. I'm on reschedule interview date no amount. Na Oritania what by interview no. And it shouldn't stop you from traveling outside the country.
Okay. And Abdul, I hope say lawyer to me about any you will bet me contacting so later. Me the number to screen so why so that maybe I say what's up.
That's the dream lady.
Yo. Okay. Yeah, that's Abdul. We also wish you all the best. Osemas, I'm about to question.
Yeah, Lion Pacho, my question is me behalf for me on New York, me behalf for August. And I cover
They are mentioned what
3
you
weeks.
are why
Okay.
mention what you are because I say for the only year you room no.
Okay, I got 3 weeks. Now me stay no I over. But my file, my code draw. Now this month, the last month I'm here, but results no my. I might say if meet me a piano.
What a file application or copy or
But
receipt?
I no copy.
Who mail it the coy? How long ago now they send the coy?
Day na me call day na no more the call.
Until how long ago?
Exactly 3rd January on the call.
Okay. On your tracking number.
Debbie.
Okay. Well, when you file application, it is pending. Until
Yeah.
Sabasa ice phone post stop over to me, I catch on say, Usiki asylum, and your application has been sent. We train for receipt. You better check the system no more. I'm sure sent your receipt, but the question is that we are safe so we yes, but UPA, but my thing was that even Obia Okuta American passport crampoa, we are alien and I say immigrant as a crampono, Chromhan Moses Ama Sancrophone, and wa unya yet no dear. I hear in the woman, baby or hard money who here, don't go, and baby I own him say, okay, the bonnet by bronze, no, don't do it.
Okay, thank you.
That's receipt now. Can tracking number ni receipt only be
it's just like
I'll
post to an application, no. Post office here or return receipt.
Okay.
Sign a yellow as most of the time, your mailing document. I don't know when your proof is my send the call. And to because someone can you crump me will prove say my send the call. Why sir, and there's no way over to me a compile no more no I tracking on it. But one be receive no one sending receipt.
But the say onya immigration lawyer want to me no onya receipt be the advance or send it.
When you send the call until say one sabe cano, it is what post to letter. Now cause a letter no could do and so trimu as a mammy want to mean train cause a letter any baby. Yes.
It say no on your being cut up no the ala lebia on your day on to me yana.
My patron Raman Hawkins or Dio Bicrat Juma America.
I do this official bro lawyer
official so I 7 years again.
But yeah him so they are cost or Jane.
Yeah,
the official you don't know. But me Elizabeth the I know so onim SMS mema lawyer number what a friend
me that's thank you
because me friend the agro me say why because I put Greencard citizen almost stop we never go on our ethical rules be on to me
okay
but obet me catch your back door hey on to me cameras because but now no make video no me dey akwa twena asonti no
thank you
remember on the number no friend what
but you that's
na project to just because you bon pay so ma why
thank you
you bon pay so ma na yankopon enhwe so Millicent good evening
Vim lady me pa show me problem is say ye file ma member until na ye train processing time no yeah alongside K4 visa for them to enter earlier. But after a year payment ni we're supposed to receive a date. Nan komo de be kwa pre medical screening. But as at a year payment ni receive mail biya. Ya hwe ni mo a ye hu se sika no so de enya ko ye kra receipt de sika ne ko. But you knew what to do again.
Well,
okay that's all.
In fact, so Baminchaya in coming K4 amount. The reason is very simple. K4 a year visa say pending application. You are allowed to join your parents and wait until the visa number become available.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying, say, if been on my own issue on green card, Emma won't. A chain on one say one issue green card no in error. A typical word, a K4 visa. Your cases are in Crawford K4 visa, any K2 visa, a buy. Time I demand one allowed time to stay in the US, no? A paho. And sana when on interview and your own green card. Over citizen. Yaka said they issued a green card in error because one year extension of the K4 visa and ye green card no mano. And the fault. This is operation of law, but now he's being punished for that. We have to go through a whole lot to straighten it up. Visa application, a delay after COVID and catch it up still. And it's why we na pending with the embassy. So say I 2 cases and a pending.
Yeah.
One so per date any idea my. So I won't respond to you, which is because data amount for the regular green card interview, no, will be the same data. K4 visa and also will fall under. And nothing until one cano, but hopefully, a escalate ama 1 year date in term there.
Okay.
I would train a woman. Oh, yeah, immigration there, Nyabotre, because things are not the way we want it to be.
Thank you.
I hope so when you answer.
Yeah. Thank you. I
Now, we are not in normal times. Our sister BBI, you know, where you know what idea. Obama broken heart. No, be a question. You say, abundant grace, or say, or your Belgium ni, but person by US not switching this there. Now, or worry, US, no come back to Europe. I don't know. I don't know. So, take the question. I say, is that possible?
Well, person by US, ever school, a kind of. Wait me up a school or US, wait me so up a school, baby, or one Belgium, where American school, am a year. And of course, we are Belgian citizen, that's what school. You still have to go to the embassy and get a student visa and come here to study. Ultimately, for Belgian passport, no emission there or America.
Oh, okay.
Number 2, a person Baba worry. Minim so a girl waha, and that's all fiancé America Hanamudia. Scientists are there. Any intentions I may have questionable. And to say, will be a Hanama or Bawarina, Emra, Emma Hongkong. The same way, only a conservative me about Belgium, no one worry, near file a case Namano. The third question.
Okay. But thousand to one time, Elizabeth.
I've been asking a question. I say, or person just say, as a Belgian citizen, once or more was a 90-day entry, no. Or bisa say oba on or remove for a visitor. Or bit me now do a change of status.
The answer is no.
To a student.
The answer
and
is
now
no.
say for students they know, but so be or worry ne fiancé na.
I know the
Is that what after I'm asking the question I say and when either of the cases is pending, which one about will be approved? No. Whilst it's pending approval, no bet me go back to Belgium and
okay.
No.
So the answer is on that, while the case is pending,
I know they are so waiting the advance parole.
The marriage case na pending, marriage advance parole. No akwa.
But school dear no.
And Yama school no obiba to me sound confirm.
It depends on the once Europe for no. I'm for visa and rim. I'm visa free. They get 90 days stay and a lawyer can't earlier no. Into a with a visa.
So we a visa waiver country now, but you don't qualify for extension of status or change of status unless we change it to only permanent residency.
Okay. And don't to me change it to students.
No,
because of the
visa waiver now
remove visa free. But marriage day and a lawyer can it's possible.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Nana party so busa one front me ba ho no busa question no. Or say can a US citizen with a criminal conviction because I can say I say for any chichi or more criminal record no. Only first people here chichi or more. Can they file adjustment of status for their mother who has overstayed their visa in the US?
There are a few convictions, criminal convictions that preventing US citizens from filing for someone. The first one, say, what committee sexual offense. Now you're convicted as a sexual offender. it prevents you from filing for someone because if you are not what sign I abuse on your corner file a man. Until worry cry and so was that conviction no, now filing out here. They deny you because you've been convicted of that offense. And two, if you have been convicted of child abuse in a criminal court, there, and also prevent you from filing for children because why we are not why abuse you and colano. Apart from these two, nothing stop you from filing for even people with robbery and all that. You know, want to be filing one year no my minimum.
Okay. Inti bacho na lawyer can unless nana kwacho person o may a conviction chrono. But the last question, Koku de law said, how does the new immigration policy affect families on H1B visa? Any HB visa?
So far, because of Elon Musk and H1B for them, we are the darling of the government. It hasn't changed anything. Empire member and said employment, your continuous employment will be maintained because say two or two line of business so that's a collapse company now. You won't have a job. But other than that, there's no any policy change on H1B, any employment-based visas.
Okay. Obi to say, or a U.S. citizen, but or Ghana phone call under 14 years. Is it easy so Benya B1, B2 visas among Kolana Moma?
The answer is yes, difficult. We are U.S. citizen.
U.S. citizen, no.
We are U.S. citizen. Now our children. Now, the question I always answered, does the children qualify for any type of visa apart from B1, B2? If the person qualifies for a better visa, they won't give a B1, B2. Why? There were limitation of how many visas they give per each country. Or per even for the whole country, no crime of per year, no. There were categories, how many visas. And so who qualify for a different category, other people there and family. Some colana under 14 in one. Say one before or citizen. Some crofon over file one. Say no a citizen and son of fire or one. When you know a US citizen by law, your processor over here one on passport. So call for visa interview. I'm going to say we are US citizen. On call underage. Go ahead and file for them.
Wow. Okay.
But to file on there,
okay. So I hope so you answer our question. Or Renato, una obusa, Greencard, una obusa sa question. Ama Elizabeth will meet you. Did you any final thoughts be our Obama and not lawyer? Then the questions near about 1 million. Impossible to me. Yeah.
I mean, we have the times have happened. Abba, baby, we as students keep your head down. Don't work off campus. Keep copies of your documents. Keep your answers short, straight to the point. Don't beat around the bush. No need to tell any lies. And you know what? Let's all prosper in this country. Donald Trump, it should be easy if you follow the rules. Don't work off campus. And no dear, don't work off campus.
Also follow the rules. Men, Juma off campus. Men, koye basa, men ko baby problem bia wo hono console na no lawyer kan o fi Ghana na o ko US check the okoka embassy no do immigration say the same thing, short, straightforward, and ko can't be bia but a little can be bia about a port of entry no say also go school e for flight go see corona o kono so
ideally, but you have 30 days before classes start and when you enter the country. In 30 days, no, maybe someone wants to stop in somewhere and do something. Whatever it is you are going to do, you have to be able to explain to them. And so when your answers, it say any necessary, shim na go school. Any necessary, shim na go school. You can go on a later time. When you are a student in this country, you can go anywhere, 50 states, you can travel through it. Puerto Rico, All these places you can go, but at the port of entry, you just enter, mind your business, go to school. Later on, do your traveling.
No. That's Michael, me ba ho na me ka say wo mpese obe show any my it's okay. Michael, busa question no.
Yo, Steph, yeah. Yeah, me chamo.
Yeah, Joso.
Ghana for the me didn't say bana hweye the omo perfect number 1. I will be mine so. Because they know where they are coming from. Yeah, it's true. Steph, yeah, my question is maybe some of me madam for you. Worry American anyone. And I'm here process no. I'm the 2 mo. I'm come interview all right. It's I'm come interview no. And obani free mo. Into obani free mo no. Instead of saying the lawyer be notify immigration is say obani free no. Lawyer no so real if you want yet. Until later on no, I'm denying madam for no. I'm denying the green card application. I'm denying no. Interference lawyer now
what catch immigration force and you didn't know kwam
what gather document now they only the dev set bibia ka ho across committee or say why appeal on appeal why appeal on the document bibia across committee and immigration action madam for so almost can appeal we no. Okay, the question is it possible say akoba the some denying no? Is it possible say the sabet makani the green card now?
Okay, counsel.
The question I will be saying, I believe the facts are not straightforward like that. But say who green card application pending. That's a petitioner no ewa. The application the application is turned into a widow or widower petition. And it's there where we are one kind impo. And your friend interview. And our konokuta death certificate at the core ya. And at that time, Columbus converting to I-360 petition. Now I approve Amano because
I want to question you. I want to question you. Question is say, I worry about the no. I'm submit here, and I'm call my first interview. Into after interview, no will try respond from the immigration, and I'll ban it to be free mo. Okay. It's about free mo no. Now I was said the lawyer no and notify immigration and say obane free mo. Lawyer na nye. Inti boy ni twenya na etre respond ebe free immigration abano.
Won't deny.
I'm deny.
Okay,
my question no oya application oya we
appeal.
Okay, so let's say the case was pending. Wako interview. Petitioner na case no is still with the immigration. Come back to the letter no accord. But a no crime point or the death certificate no call ya. Reasons now won't deny no AB and Combe use the same reasons. Because it shows to say at the time of co-interview no when to me improve the case no. And nothing a woman deny no. But it doesn't stop Wadafo from filing I-360 widow or widower petition to appeal against the denial of the I-130, a wrong approach. Because one for death certificate now, one converted to widow or widower petition. Where we until continue sa application as it is after say I deny. But as of filing a new case based on the widow or widower petition. And so that's what try appeal results there. Or only 2 years after say if you to file that lawyer for now on Sherman and Tem. Appeal no can take a long time. We bet you in the next 2 years snap then you don't qualify for it anymore.
At all. Wow. Okay. It's Michael, but you catch your down for no way. Yes, 2 years next year. Well, auntie.
One TV.
And fear Hanum say because I had a but Keke will question be we say Omo fa Mexico no omo ni I-94 no. Into omo ni I-94 no also oka ho no be den. Omo Trump be pa mo ana.
Number one, when from Mexico, and you'll be an only I-94.
Okay.
If you more hold my yama on parole, they were paroled into the United States. Sankofono, that parole no is their I-94. Put me worry, and you'll crack our ha. Wow, one need I-94 no. You can still marry if you find a wife, but who process I deliver you green card is different. I just said you file a case no ha, near approve case no way, near you waiver 601A waiver amount, near close to deportation removal case. And son, I bet you call Ghana, I call you green card no was saying about. And there's a way to do it, but a very simple one. In a baby on a I saw Ghana now Kojiba. I had no stro, but so when you any other problem, you'll be able to do it and overcourt no sayaba.
Okay. Yo, I want to about me money. Just please ask lawyer for me. Can I log in for citizenship at this time? Please don't mention my name. I'm Bodi. Or to I'm so bet me apply for citizenship and
Nothing stop you from applying. So what qualified there? Apply. Nkrofo apply the man. They are not denying.
Even the Trump here, I'm so slow because since they're Trump here, anything go slow.
No. Okay. It is going on. It's any problem.
Okay, you.
Quick one. Lawyer, William, Pesemi Busa Assembly. My name is fiancé apply K1, but I won't deny first application. Now apply a bill Ghana year married, but then me we know my a divorce we can't count. So yeah new one, but new one when the divorce I just wanted to know what are my chances? Is it on with okay you deny back I just want to know.
Your chances for K1 after the first one it's not that great. Ghana. Rather, say,
am I feedback into maybe to microphone?
Then you convert it into marriage case. Who are right with a marriage case? K1 a fiancé visa. Who are fiancé? You don't have a legal right to come and join your future husband or wife in the US. Until when they deny it, you cannot appeal against it. So I'm wasting too much time. No, it would be better say mobile war filing marriage case rather than to stay with the fiancé visa now. More pursue.
But I feel maybe a microphone.
Okay, so suggested saying to waste much time. No, worry mom.
Yes.
Because we are appeal, yeah, entirely new one.
Yeah, and it's going to more than a year.
Okay.
And Mustaka can see you still have to come and marry and file for Greencard.
Yeah, no crying in Kenya problem. Now the only issue is to enter.
Yeah. And so that's my advice.
Okay. All right.
My anxious somebody why that until purchasing Kamunya no mum name fast tracking them out rather than say Obama K1 is slow down.
Yeah, and also your fiancé. Why about it took more than a year and
now I didn't take a year, it took like 5 months no more no response. Yeah, and the also way now can me as I now me ni Ghana, me or Germany is here. So
Germany. I'm a file. Until
well, but you said no, you're the new one to me, so we just have to wait. Because say said all kind of say you can't say worry need the not tomorrow a bear some way because already there's an application pending.
Where?
What's the yeah, but then what's the meme can I say? Okay, you have material advice now. Forget it, K1 for now, near wiring near you, but then yeah, the K1 at to did that. Yeah, yes, I can application. No?
Very good.
Very good. Yo.
Okay.
The end was it. How's the doctor? No, I'm on the advice. The open wait me for black. Good evening.
Yeah, if you're not, when you're not to say for.
But I do my quiet here.
Yeah, that when you go pass it. Quick question. I'm person who's a lawyer say. Obi apply for citizenship or America, and omudina because the visa application one fan ma emuso. Na sa we nipa no wo chance say obetumi asan apply for citizenship ni bi mu ana.
Number one, the entire you didn't know say at the time I will apply for green card, you don't have to lie on your application.
Okay.
So at the time I will apply no one for one to swear. You've lied. And nothing I have found no. Under the immigration law, you see anybody who commits misrepresentation or lies in the course of a visa or green card application is ineligible for green card. And a young person, young green card name in some yet. Some time ago, in Kayadina no say no case and Kamano Kuhun judge for deportation. Nakia waiver application and be a clinic that mistake no yeah.
Mistaken, yeah.
That person and my advice and say don't reapply. Use your green card, you know.
Okay.
Until say if they decide to take him or her to deportation, they are own lawyer, but no and that's so that the green card no so until the next interview they are going to use the same reason.
The same reason to deny.
Yes.
Oh, that's it.
Yes, that's it. What you mean, question? No, you'll be so question. Or has it? Do Ghanaians still do visa on arrival in Ghana as you? And we are checking it because council say
no visa on arrival. Yes,
it is done.
Yes, who visa on arrival? A letter with information on it. Who is ever handle you are allowed to board.
Okay. But it's all free Ghana, and I have a problem.
Yes. It is all the visa on arrival and a you'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We have filed for sister and family. They responded, but they said we should wait because they are a group. Since then, we haven't heard anything from them. Can I get lawyer's number? Also, I'm filing for sister and family, but we see a group, you know.
Well, minim why you filing man and sister no. Say your brother and our filer man is sister, and as a sister, and our filer man is sister. It takes at least 10 years or more.
For brother and sister, 10 years or more.
Yes. And to say, that type of problem, maybe not say on file here, 10 years. I don't think there is any cause for alarm. But now. Yeah, if you're quiet, but fast so.
Okay. The bachelor number there are two screens, so no. So if we Ghana 001-212-38-51144. But free US 212-38-51144 or New York, Manhattan. But immigration law, your federal law, to all 50 states. Baby, we helper, Kono. Poison and panic. There are exceptions to every law and exceptions even to the exceptions. And that's why we hear lawyer no. Now we are question show we any problem there. Anthony Busa question be, but unfortunately Elizabeth called OPT no. Say my friend's wife was rejected on an F2 visa, but he's now on Berman or OPT. So would you advise that his wife reapply again, or should she try applying for F1 instead?
F2, a dependent of a student. I don't F1. OPT, a optional practical training. A work time I didn't who I work school giving you permission to work for 1 year in your area of study. Besides say Okuta OPT non and sign co apply for visa nana. It will not be the best move, especially OPT only for 1 year. by the time when Sabaka visa, I'll be banana to say, Wopitino, and they, or Quaco visa, or show said the Mamonia Madrid Cross America, ha, Mubefiha. However, with your OPT, say, Unya Juma, permanent, no one filing H1B, Amawa. Ubet me the no atoso, no one H2B.
Okay.
Dependent. And only a more secure, as in say, Obeko apply for OPT dependent visa. And at the same way, so no, also Obet me apply for student. One so awaro, waba, my. Se mukuta scanner motivate your school fees, they are fine, but or the second application for F1, be raises suspicion, say, my intention and 7% will be together and until or yes, I know. But you can see visa there, you can always try. It doesn't mean that you may not get it.
Okay. Doris say, or apply for about 2 years ago, but I want to as I didn't check. I want to know if you can still apply for US visa. But apply being student and I say green card now apply my colana and I say so person apply for student visa and I say mudian. Also Chimana Council, so we hear clarification on that.
Let's assume so I apply wa file a money ban or say I filed for my son 2 years ago. Into a file a money ban and I say so person who say obey to me as a student visa amanana. Definitely me sure say a ban more than 21 years. And no it's in 1 year under 21 years. And then me work cases now ya file ma in Colano, but one can apply for student visa and yet the question they ask is to tell the truth. On the student visa application, they say, do you have a pending petition? So, okay, no, fair course, always studying here, dear. Now, officer, no fair, let's the Bamana. Obey to me, dear Mano. Obeka, yeah. Obi bisa question, sir. Neba is student, wa filing in so mano. Na obey to me, agent crash.
Yes.
Such a person, no, if follow within a dear, no. Yeah, the best animal, obey to me, abe coding school na during the time we bet me agent Greencard wa.
Okay. Into also answer man Frederick. Actually, busa question. You don't need to show your face. And
Oh,
by
yeah.
force of the face.
Actually, okay. And a question by more of a contribution.
Okay.
My Ejuma or airline for 28 years. The me Washington dollars ha.
What do you have to come in? Don't worry. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and I mean Juma, and so it is sometimes no meaning the in and out of what goes on sometimes, no. Now, so one thing about the U.S. passport, the key is say ube remu and I will frame or say we use a hakrata no. Mistakes and for no yeah. Omo use to a fear krata no free her. And you also use to krata ne omudima wa ha no. I would go fear no. I will sign the abano. That is the key. And I will call US State Department website. I'll be say mama guidelines for more krata me, you know. Okay. And as I speak, no, like and I say na manam for be almost organ na they were worried and no frame me. And but they did the right thing and he actually cancel my flight and so drew watching no pa ya checking
to advice so use US passport no
exactly and he
okay mo use Ghana the NFA ko US or use US there no
who do fear now would fear the no actually
okay but I don't know so say and no any ya Donald Trump by new laws
there be any new law
any policy idea what that but enforce say bia wo tu kwan wo the State Department website obe hu say idea wo we a hakrata na wo tu kwan also use we no in and out so when you sue or every right to hassle you
to stop you okay
more that right no to hassle you in a way and to who me na enye boni but make sure say who free her now we make sure say modi and no better, you know, especially so what Ghana card no crana. Ghana card I is a resident card visa. I think and then look at wow, so a resident card be in a way because and you'll be an Ghana near or a bit more like foreigners, but more Ghana card, like more of a resident card visa. And you create one. More of like a resident card mount and I'll be visa. And you to make sure say would you hakra no be started. One for hakra no started. Because who kwa me visa or visa one. Who ko checking na visa or visa one. Oh, and a portion be so who sometimes you know who the a hakra no be primary document. Here no be secondary document.
Okay. Yeah, no, there are problem. Yeah, that's a good advice. And I'm a network article. Cancel.
That has been the process all along. But so what the American passport no try airport ha. You put us office our here. So you have to show your secondary passport. I don't even know why I want qua. One by one say American passport no visa and stamp pumu. Ain't no ya then I'll call it. That is the change now. We actually don't even know where it is coming from, but that is what is happening now.
Okay. Yo, Derek, a question. Derek.
And I come in 5 minutes.
Okay. Well, Derek, okay. I suppose only question. Say, at least we've managed to answer all your questions now. Say to me for Esther.
Allow.
You should allow some. Okay. Oba no are ready there, but some people yes, you are to crash say, but without a visa in the US passport, they won't allow you to board the plane. And on a lawyer can you know. See, all the US document need to make sure so visa womb. Said about almost stop because they say airlines no, they are enforcing that. Richard, good evening.
Evening, Xavier.
But your question
okay, now me person busa lawyer say this year more France, me students I'm France me masters. Na me person me go US and also for students me student visa no. Na this year I'm person me apply for visa no. Andrews University.
Also when you student visa now apply for visa baby.
Sorry, my student admission letter no. Yeah, admission letter yeah. Okay. And in person may apply for visa this year. I'm almost maintain for I-20 form ne a special say match. Now no can DV lottery even as a cost in my mind. My apply be the this currently you could me say apply. And then I'm a person who since on so was so
DV visa lottery no. Council
yes.
May they won't answer that.
Me win be that.
It doesn't apply to you. When we win here, I want apply for Greencard, young farmer one. They are being classified as intended immigrants.
Mate, okay. Me that's
you are okay.
All right.
When also their school no there I-20 now bet me there for any problem.
Oh, okay.
Elizabeth, admission officer no bet you.
Mate.
Me that's the here say was I-20 or say no
I-20 no.
And no there will be to mention obi a hu no or stop all the children no obi an.
Okay. Me that's
yo. And Joyce boy ministry so say I'm ready on the line. Joyce who need line so but you'll be our line to be our we see everybody be more so much do mama camera. You are not on the line. Oh line so no also camera no the link no. The link will bring you straight to the studio because you have a phone. And yes sir. But who's a question now person obusano?
Pacho, question me no na me what na person me nya clarification say me ba US ya na say almost me na manya 10 years. Me kita green card ba me na me bisa say is it too late say me and I say be qualify for is it too late say me apply for citizenship and I say yeah and I feel so me worry me say yeah cost 7 years ni no citizen did that but now me obi catch him say and come worry na kamenya automatic citizenship but person me who the year so send a honest working.
Okay. May answer a question backwards. And yet, true, sir, who are here with your automatic citizenship. That is not the law. You actually get a green card. And
yeah,
after
no green card
years,
that I'm free. Ghana and buy it.
Let me just answer the question for you. After 3 years of the green card, if you are still married to your U.S. citizen wife, and I'll qualify, sir, or apply for citizenship.
Okay.
So when I'm applying after 3 years now, you can do it anytime after that.
Okay.
If you are still married.
Yeah.
You need 5 years of the green card before you qualify for citizenship. Until when you're out there, almost 10 years now, you can go ahead and apply for citizenship without any problem.
Okay. Yo, me that's I've been so that's warranty no.
It doesn't matter. Once
problem.
when you're bro, 5 years no, you don't even need to show say you are still married.
Okay.
To the other go why? Why? That's why condition and more to grant. Ritash, without question, open main show face. You don't need to show your face.
Hello.
Mom, they know you deal with Chimpacho without question.
You know, I'm also okay. Yo, Vim, me pacho, Bisana Mammy said, me mammy, 80-year-old, okita green card. Na, me share say, obey to me, a file my sister, or ye unmarried. And a mamma also on ye juma, until I know me question, say, on ye jumano, does she qualify to be able to file?
Okay.
The answer is yes. To file for Obino, you don't need to show say Oye Juma. In fact, Ubenya for joint sponsor and a co-sponsor when the time comes, say Obe qualify for the green card. Trump, ever first one, Obe introduce you law be an front of public charge. Yabon price on farmer and for cases you deny at the interview because you feel a petitioner now or file ma only akuno on to me and share near the bano or said that any juma. But that is not the law now, and nothing stops there or filing now. A do no so Mumu be able to me support two case no na where to me and Yanavesa.
I patch you.
Yeah, that's so pray. On to bet me, bro, you say ube show when him. You don't need to show your face. Be why until here that's it. My for another person. Joyce, it's a Joyce. And also me open me show when him. Me for camera name brown. But buza our question no.
Yo, Mpacho.
Also, to
Me Pacho mo timenka.
To nkapa.
Yo, Mpacho onyame nhira mo wo adwuma pa mo ye. Me pesa me bisa lawyer say obi aware oni ne kunu na etie na abuse aba na ne kunu de atom aye amano. So see how much no say omobe sending a letter for interview. But see our shelter but our order of a protection. Ono kwa etumi ekwa na oba no ono kwa etumi ko interview na.
Okay. Yes.
And you're a US citizen. Yeah.
So Nikuna abuse no na so our shelter. Onko but Nikun case na wa file amano ne there. Won't be deny. Emo mo meka jane say onko file abuse case after the interview. But who be here so be no the evidence so I abuse no. Together with the first of what shelter, I can't hold no their chair officers no.
But record be or police report or what might just say were abusing bibi sa or man.
Yeah. But a police report Miss Sunya and Jana order of a protection.
Yeah.
You more date for interview and a date be or for interview.
Yeah, on a USCIS you know. Account no also much no was to say almost sending letter for interview until and then all train but will be say in this state no ye on na.
In fact Sanko who lawyer crampo Sanko file abuse case no crime sana interview date na do and you go be do no go kuta abuse case no receipt crack home na all the actual one I don't know with me save the green card application no na I enter so amano.
Me patch you.
The patch catch any background so ni lawyer on lawyer say see I no file abuse case so that or kwa no de ko eno no bema say the lawyer can na say ma ye de but na che say nya wo na wo pe e na wa sorry aware no na ye abuse.
Yes, okay. Yo, me that's bebre. That's
yes, yeah, that's say it's me abo. Okay. Nti but obi so pe a question for obi pe bia you don't have to show your face like I'm saying. And one say
yeah, last one because
okay, I think obi ampo ni wanti Igbo man na what question be say anyone knows where Okujeto sister is hiding, make sure you call the immigration officer. Yeah, catch all that that's offer immigration officer omu fi o. Yeah, yes sir. No I say no crap so omu masika bi. Nti ya no I careful sir there na mo yeah na abro ni be ye nti say o ko frɛ obi immigration mo obi. It's not fair. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Vim, Mr. CNN News. Microphone I want impersonality.
Yes.
Until it is going on, but nyanya no correct.
Ima obusa question ya opese obusa no time no so.
This is the viewer. Good evening.
Good evening.
Me question me more UK. Now, my wife or Ghana. The problem is my wife or mommy or US. Now, mommy for green card. Did I maybe say, obey me a file man a ban ama a beer coming now because men are no visit not the back.
The answer is no. Who could a green card? Who would not file my oba on warrior? Oba our green card holder into me file a man ye until sir my many be a citizen. So my many citizen there to me file man a banner our no, not that if we count. But as a green card holder, oba our doesn't qualify so by file a man.
Tell your mama me no so could a green card na cha man ko citizen.
No so I say school no minim how wako back.
No, I'm pe lawyer keke na lawyer no so qualify kwa the lawyer ne be process na man no na onya. Se o pese bi kan there and na formula na lawyer kire no simple and short. On fast tracking it citizen no na into me file man ba no so file ma why?
Mate me patcho me question back we try to on say. Na lawyer can be say fiancé visa no aya na nya advisable to say aware. Then no na me say who say the difference near then say fiancé no and aware no ade na aware no more better.
No, number one, my cousin fiancé visa nya advisable. My sister ya deny of fiancé visa. The next step is rather to do aware but not to repeat fiancé visa. Fiancé visa no is just to say mama me visa na me nkonko ware me kun. Ana me nko ware obema me pese me ware no. Ana oba me pese me ware no. Enti so ya ma visa no na say Osaya ayebie mu a it takes a long time and the question they ask is who ya say opentama ko ware. In fact, to approve the fiancé visa no one person be say brebe na mo plan say mo be ware documents be na mo express say mo be do pair as on ware. And according to the fiancé visa law, only 90 days after your arrival, America says so worry say pano. And a year ago, Nanka you ready so worry ni akono within 90 days. Anye ye. Why is some worry here? Now finally our there than to do the whole fiancé and wait for another long period of time. That is the question that come up at the interview. No one can say the Munya say be worry. Okay. But you deny fiancé visa. Now go ahead. Now worry on your you are proving to them, sir, my intention is about worry on your and I have carried that intention through. And I qualify for our aircraft. That's the big difference. And by the way, when you know a yet into no bonfire.
Ono kwaso so waware into no fiancé no nka ho.
Sabe pepe. Okay. Good.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, to me answer your question. No, time na February. No, say I'm now a U.S. citizen and I want to go to Ghana. Please, can I go to Ghana without a Ghana visa?
We just discussed this matter. That's why the name is if you look with the Ghana passport, no cry. The safest bet is to go get yourself Ghana visa and go.
Okay. And Abrante ways to say a U.S. citizen or naturalized, but or criminal record. It's a deportation. Yeah, I for you bet me a canana. No, what can say? Enkano.
No, we are citizens now commit crime and deport.
Okay. Nti Bram Pacho, the free way on kahon. I on kahon. You say, can you file your citizenship if your green card but have issues with your social security card?
I don't understand question. No.
Green
card don't have a problem, and social security card no problem.
I think the social security ain't no problem. The green card ain't any problem.
What problem now? Social security ever war. I don't see that as an issue. If you on my social security number and maybe a mistake be also a deem mistake be also, and don't stop you from filing for citizenship.
Okay. And so I say we are US American for 4 years, and they have a son who is a citizen and also has a US passport. But I have a US tourist visa, but me and my wife's son don't live in the US. Can I apply for a green card?
If you live with your wife, you're a US citizen in Ghana, we can apply for the green card from Ghana. You better process in Ghana, no US embassy at the last minute to get your green card. Or you can choose to come here with your family, and with your tourist visa, you apply for green card here. And so the answer is yes, you can apply either from Ghana or from the US. The only difference now is Ghana process will take a little longer time than the US process.
Better say US mama.
A prime one that's one person in the US kakradia. Then that would be my advice.
Okay. And how long does it take? How can you change your address on the USCIS not as a green card holder?
You go online, uscis.gov. You better how to change your address, and then you fill the form and submit it.
Okay. And Obisusi say, what's Sweden? It's your government. Fake scammers also basso. If free scammers, obey your baba do sick in Eddie. So put your 34,000 euro for a first Swedish one. And now what 34,000? How are you going to waste your time with Sweden?
Yeah.
First Mike, but your pa show when him just for camera nature baby na busa question. Mike, busa question now busa buzano.
Okay. My question is but your to make
Yeah, Tonka.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, my question is my worry was UK, but then me nini pa jai. And na oba fofra me nene be worry. Me nena worry that so US say ye kofi ni ko worry. Me wo tourist visa. My question is me to me aba ho na ya worry wo ho. Na me ba na se ye worry should I present my divorce papers to ensure the green card never goes successfully?
Anytime we are worry paying to file an immigration case, you need your divorce certificate. And so the answer is yes. 2, baby, I'll be worried there. It doesn't matter. You can marry outside of the US or marry within the US, and you can still file your application.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Mike, that's a poor person. So camera no, but bit me free when him. You don't have to let you show your face. Now I'll our question because your time now son. Time now son. Because time
last question.
Last question. When was that question? They are not just say I end the program. There's a poor person was that question. But there's a question. Okay. Also, please, my wife is a US citizen and she has filed for me. And can I use my child as a dependent? And is there a need for my child's DNA? DNA, I can't want them maybe.
Now, can you use your child? When cancer colano, when you're in a war, no, and I say a collar who no outside of the marriage. You find say who are colano outside of the marriage. O you're no bet me a file, my own ubani in Anna a ye. So only my men on so who are colano so they are, and yeah, of course, a colony or dependent. The application form now you're filling, besides unlisted umanyina ding. And there is no way you shouldn't list Obano on your application form. That is what I can tell you.
Okay. Enti bacho ya damasi. Ya bante bako upon busaso time ben obeti me afre lawyer, upon beti me afre lawyer. Phone na de amano.
Yes.
Office hours 8 to 5 obeti me afre no. So friend of outside office hours are there office phone be returning or call. He has people who are on standby to pick your call and deal with your case for you. Listo or Hinedio Kumuna now Busa lawyer number no screen 001-2138-51144. The number no free. So free US there, you don't need the 001 prefix. No, you just need 21238-51144. Person will be our best scamming kofo because kofo also take advantage scamming kofo. The lawyer my this week ni last week my chasing his number. Wasting his time. USA charge a hourly. Into 1 hour be baby $500 blast near quarter at margin so that the every man for the right information. No be I am no wrongly, no be and shall that unfound no be a scam or crowd. What's now no scam. That's why I didn't have in chain. Ubiba online no be send do inbox message no main fee no. A lot of them are scammers. What is in mama who send for a brochure desperate. So we share that at be cross Ghana or say me wa brochure I can obwa deal with only an immigration lawyer. And baby oh share so now be a issue be send me a message on Facebook or anywhere private message. I'll send you lawyer or should I ready at there other lawyers or immigration. I'll send you their numbers. Men will be on scam now we show. But any final comments I'll be giant.
Well, as I said in the beginning, and I said, Emrano exercise very rapidly. Inti a necra near law no, a bit me about the video in a China assessor. And you always say, Uba, Abe immigration processor, and any professional and casa. Now on to me in who what is happening now as the law. First, no, and I am and Crawford fill forms now was Sunday at the court. And then everything used to be okay. But immigration law is a very complex legal system. And don't think that wrong help now. The wrong help will definitely harm you. Immigration problem, you don't just sleep over it and think say to go away. Instead, no, seek legal advice. And on the bit to me, solution available to you, no lawyer no bet me anywhere discuss it. And the last one I can say here near womb. Yenina Ubia who papa in America into Ubia who's ye.
But just a quick one on you know, see your eyes for about fear no musha will chroma repeat your no.
Oh yes, eyes for about one and so on show someone warrant for you. 2 and so on show on ID to identify themselves clearly. And 3, you have the right to request to speak to your lawyer. And 4, you don't necessarily have to speak to them and give any answers. You can have your right to the 5th Amendment right preserved by saying, I'm not answering any questions. I only answer questions with my lawyer or legal representation present. And Rama Hokwan said, Obayesa.
Into no can obi ba no so obechewa enkasa men sign hwe oba ofia all right so because umbie do no e just watch warrant valid warrant signed by a judge into unim writer or America Constitution ma right a due process 5th Amendment upa onkasa o dubincho e also right into ye no can men bie dan no nen kopasem upa men bie just okoje warrant ba no ko bedu ono abre nti pacho the lawyer can in nti na number no so na ho 001-212-38-51144 friend. If you need any additional answers to questions bia na chese wetumi aye ho adwuma ama yankopon ya adom e be say shia below ama me na wase bebre say na onya ye ho adaje yentumi nti aka de but thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you also for the service Oyema Ghana for which is really helpful.
My friend Ghana embassy only my friend Ghana embassy in ODC no me know makasa almost say they are trying to come up with like a help center bia Ghana ni bia why desperate no betimi afre no ma boa ma point to baye po ye adwuma no ma omonti no ni nyina aboa ye nuanu so do bi obi anye frustrated on your stranded because we uncle that no na Ghana for wa broches no mudidi ma Ghana for so ye didi bi enti no
no cry.
Yeah, that's the council. That's a big deal. And we have a lawyer, Eric Ochedakon, the office no Manhattan, New York. I just say, plus he Honda or wouldn't hear be just call the number na was screen so no na omboa men tena ho ma obi scam and compound problem bia nti na then na me pese person do when him beba don't show your face brocha asem de niema bebre nti yada mu nyina amase am avida say a very educated program am my that say no crowd so UTB MI we hope say we have been of help to you Fifi Otua Osenya Kuponsha lawyer Fifi thank you so much and apiawa Amakwedu ono so that's it. Thank you all say in your information. Just let me know say who here be another lawyer cry mami hu there's another one wo Virginia area Ekuya Eke Populo ono so ye immigration. So there are so many Ghanaian lawyers be Ohio any ade wo mu nyina ye adwuma all the 50 states into here be just let's know you better point to the right person I will bet me abo now but yes I will be the correct lawyer no abo then say be kwakoye mistake why say one abe wo be hu no na wakonya problem na fe long process I feel now san be bo ho ka bebre nti we say we dem ase ever me vim lady this has been Jaso amene DJ Kojo Hansen and DJ Oblak DOP Edibedi Akona but thank you so much and good night. Oh, America, so good afternoon. But good night anyway, because I did so, so thank you. And you're